Enemy Tracer does manage to get past him, but he's not concerned. He's going for his key targets, which is going to be this Ana. Now let's watch and see if Mano's in position to follow up on this. It looks like Mano's getting in position. We're going to see the collapse here from Mano and Carpe. Mano goes in. Carpe's there, ready. Carpe's behind. Really, really nice execution there, actually. Super, super good stuff. Here is our man, Jae-hyuk Lee. Carpe, playing on his account Lemous. He's duo with Mano, I'm guessing. It's been a while since I've seen Carpe play, so I'm excited to see him play. Obviously, I used to be his coach back on Fusion. Okay, so first thing we always do, break down compositions. Looking at his composition, we got support line, Ana Mercy. Tank line, we got Winston Zarya. And DPS line, we have Tracer, obviously Carpe playing on Lemous. And Hanzo playing the Perfect playing the Hanzo. So double bubble with the Ana Mercy. Things to note for Carpe. Carpe is going to have Ana heals, but he's mostly probably going to be using packs. Occasionally he's going to have Mercy heals, but Mercy is not going to be pocketing him. And he's probably going to be looking to coordinate dives, maybe with Mano here, depending on what Mano's playstyle is going to be. On the side of Team 1, we have Zen Brig, bit more of a solid kind of support line that's going to be pretty hard for him to dive, because obviously that Brig's going to be peeling, and the Zen damage, then Discord Orb is going to be something he needs to look out for, but Zen is probably one of his prime targets here on the Tracer. Tank line of Team 1, they're running Ball and Zarya, and DPS line running the Tracer and running the Soldiers. So he is going to have some pressure on his flanks. The enemy Tracer, maybe he's going to be contesting his flanks with Zen Orb, so he might have some problems with that, but let's see how he's going to play this on the Tracer. Gets the pack just to make sure he's full. Enemy Ball sees him, so he starts shooting the ball out. Sees the enemy Zarya use the self bubble, so he's getting some pressure down on Zarya. Just decided to drop down. I think he must have heard that this must have been a communication from one of his teammates calling that the enemy Tracer has taken this position, and she's like used recall, or maybe she's used some cooldown. So he's trying to punish this, I believe. He anticipates where the enemy Tracer is going to move. Comes inside, gets a good bit of damage down. Blinks in, anticipates where the enemy Tracer is going to move. Does take quite a lot of damage. Goes for the blink melee. And he's either going to recall away or just blink away now. He just decides to blink away. Saving his recall. Enemy Tracer also gets orb now. So this is not a 1v1 that he's going to win, right? This is now a 2v1 in favor of the enemy Tracer. So I want to see him... I don't want to see him trying to duel the enemy Tracer, because he really needs to be trying to get in positions where he can go for this Zen. And so honestly, I think at this point, like probably coming around here is a good spot. Coming around, getting behind the Zen, and trying to pressure this Zen from here. So let's see how he plays this. I think he's going to have a tough time trying to go through there, because the enemy Zen is on top. He needs to try and find a way of getting behind here. Is this still slow-mo? There's a new replay bug where it's like, it's not playing at the speed it's saying it's playing at. So he's coming behind. This is a good spot. I like this spot. Enemy Zen sees him, probably hears him on the Tracer because he's not making he is making sound. Gets a lot of damage down. He decides not to blink. He just goes for a melee, trying to get some additional damage down. Saving blinks. He still has 2 blinks right now. Decides just to push the payload. He's playing this slow. Sees enemy Zen. Gonna blink. He doesn't blink. He blinks now. But the soldier gets damage down him. He does have recall. He does get picked off. The initial damage from the this was definitely an aggro play, right? Because if we go back, we can see this is like an aggressive play. He's confident in this situation that he's going to get this damage down. he's expecting the enemy soldier's not going to hit the shot, but the enemy soldier's very, very quick to react to this blink and manages to get the shot down. I'm assuming Carpe wants to get a little bit of damage down here, try and finish off the Zen, and then go for the recall. A little bit greedy, honestly. One thing you got to look out for when you're watching Tracer players is how they're using their blinks, right? Like I know a lot of people probably seen the Kevster review we did a while back, and like I talked about a lot of the concepts of how you play Tracer. Basically, the way you play Tracers, your blinks are used to avoid taking damage, right? So if I see the target's looking towards me and they're about to shoot me, I'm going to blink to a position where they have to reposition their aim. And obviously during that time they're repositioning the aim, that's where I'm going to be getting my damage down on them. And then if they look at me again, I'm going to re-blink again and keep forcing the enemies to reposition their aim while still being able to damage them myself. Takes a lot of damage here. Ooh, just gets hit by the last orb there. And let's see. So the reason he's having problems here, right, is can you guys spot the problem? Why he's having issues? Because he's invested so many blinks getting to this point, and by the time he's in the fight here, let's consider this like a small skirmish versus the enemy Tracer, but he has no blinks available. So from here, he doesn't have a whole lot of options for how he can avoid damage now. The only option he has available to him is the recall. And that one orb just manages to clutch the side of his head, so he gets taken down. But a lot of Tracer players do have this problem when they try and get into the fight. If they don't have the blinks, you can get punished for that. But it's a very easy mistake to make. Okay, so let's have a think of why Carpe is coming right side here. Why is Carpe coming right side? What does this position provide him? This right side position provides him with access to the high ground. From the high ground, he has access to the Zen, wherever the Zen decides to position. And this is a good flank route where he's not going to take too much damage. If he comes left side, Tracer doesn't have the health to be able to take damage and kind of like survive under pressure. Tracer wants to be sneaking and taking these flank routes where she's going to be uncontested and be able to get in position relatively uncontested without using blinks, without taking damage, these kind of things. So enemy Tracer does get the drop on him there, so he has to recall. And now that the enemy Tracer has recall advantage, does need to play kind of careful here. Yep, and he can't really take this 1v1. He does hear the recall. The recall got forced from the enemy Tracer. Oh, okay, he's just gonna get up top here. This is really cool. So even though the high ground is getting contested, he decides to just use the. This is a really neat, like bit of parkour there, taking the high ground. I wonder if he's gonna try and stick the Zarya. Goes for the stick on the brig. Really nice stick there. And he ignores the Tracer here. He ignores the Tracer for the reason that this Zarya is way out of position. Like, he doesn't care about this Tracer because Tracer's not out of position. However, the Zarya is out of position, so he's identifying this and he's going straight for this Zarya. A nice blink melee to finish off. Really, really good impact here from Carpe. Gets a big stick onto Waka. Manages to take out the brig. Sees enemy Tracer inside. Don't know if he knows the enemy Tracer has recall or not, but he doesn't have blinks. You see how he's waiting for blinks now? He's not challenging this unless he has blinks. Because obviously if the enemy Tracer has blinks available and he doesn't have any, he has no way of avoiding this damage. He decides to back off in the 1v1. He feels like he's losing that 1v1, so he decides to back off. I'm really worried he's going to get helix here from the soldier. Okay, trying to get some heals. Get some heals. Coming around behind the enemy brig. Is the enemy brig going to hear them? I think the enemy brig hears him, yeah. And what you have to consider when you're playing the Tracer is, okay, am I creating space here? Because ultimately a lot of the way I coach my Tracer players is like, don't think about killing the target. Think about keeping the key targets busy and keep them occupied. You're not always going to be able to kill those targets, so don't ever risk your life to try and kill the target. Just try and keep them busy and occupy the space. He is trying to find an opportunity to go for this Zen brig, but obviously with the brig there, hard protecting the Zen, he can't go in without any additional support. So he's probably waiting for Mano to try and get in position to support. But he actually decides just to catch this soldier because he sees the soldier out of position. And so really, really good patience there from Carpe. He's not trying to force plays. He's just waiting and finding an opportunity. And sometimes that's what it takes. It just takes that additional patience. Oh, that was a really nice one clip. Even with the rally as well. He sees an opportunity there to go for it. Goes in, gets the full one clip, gets the melee finisher. Nice one clip there from Carpe. That was huge. And Wakka's got to be thinking, well, fuck. My Zen just got deleted through the rally, which is pretty rough. Enemy Tracer recalls onto high ground. Get away. I want to see Carpe trying to take top right here. He needs to be careful getting one clipped. Oh, I saw that coming. I saw it coming, dude. So he saw the Tracer recall up there, so I'm like super worried that she's going to be there waiting for him, and she is. Waiting in the exact spot. Doesn't get the recall off in time. Okay, so he hears the enemy Tracer behind. Tracer has no recall. He might try and push this Tracer now. Okay, is he going to push her? Yeah, I think he's going to push her. He's going to keep her busy at least. And now he's finding that opportunity to go for the enemy Zen. Now, one thing to note here is that the enemy Zen no longer has a brig pocket. Only pocket the enemy Zen has now is a Mercy pocket. So this should be a bit easier for him to get this pick off on the Zen. Now, a lot of his teammates are dead here. This is looking like a simple reset. Goes for the enemy Mercy. Or just barely misses the melee on the Mercy there. So he has two options now. Because his team are mostly just dead, he has two options. He just waits in his position and tries to stay in the position on high ground and wait for his team to reset. Because he's lost, I think they've lost 3 now. Yeah, they've lost 3 people. So his options are he can just wait, or he can go for the play and try and get a pick here and like open up an advantage for his team. This is going to be tough for him to get a pick here, but you know, he's going for it, so he obviously feels confident. Nice movement from Wakka. Wakka dodges behind the cover there, and so he's trying to follow up. But that Mercy with the Harmony Orb is tricky to kill. And so he does go for the kill. Because he's invested so many blinks on this play, he now has no way of getting away. So he's kind of committed here, and so he has to go for the pulse bomb. At this point, he's in trouble. You know, he's in big, big trouble. And so he does go for the stick. He manages to get a final dying wish, which is to take the Zen down. But unfortunately, the Zen has a Mercy, so the Mercy gets rezzed, and all of his hard work is kind of undone. Would have liked to see him kind of wait here, honestly. I would have liked to have seen him just wait and be patient, wait for the team. What the hell was going on in there? Okay, I don't think that soldier spam was meant for him, but he took it anyway. And this is okay. Nice shot from McCree. He gets a lot of good damage down. You see how he's looking towards this soldier? Because he sees the soldier was naded, so he wants to get this pick off on the soldier. He's not bothered about anyone else. And obviously everyone here is trancing anyway, so these are not valid targets for him to get a pick on. Just go for the soldier. The soldier has orb pretty quickly, so he decides to get out. Really, really nice tracking there. A lot of good damage down on Zarya. I think he's going to get this pick on the Tracer. Let's watch this a bit in slow-mo. I want to see how he plays this in slow-mo. So no recall, so he needs to play somewhat defensive here. He decides not to go for the Zen and the Soldier. He decides just to go for the Zarya here on payload. A lot of good damage on the Zarya. Zarya dodging around the payload really nicely. Just survives a little bit longer here and keeps his attention. Now Tracer has no recall, so he knows that he has this advantage here, and he's full HP in comparison to the Tracer, who's half health. Blinks inside, follows the Tracer, goes for the blink melee as a finisher. And no way that Victoria is surviving this one. Playing sneaky. I'm not sure if he gave away any sound there. I know that the new footsteps are quite easy to hear. But he's in a decent position here. He's just hiding and waiting. His McCree is kind of compromising his position. Enemy now no longer has a Zen. They have Ana Mercy now. So he's waiting on the flank here. I think he's just kind of waiting for the enemies to push in so he can get a good flank option. But this McCree kind of compromises his flank. Goes in. He sees the enemy soldier. Goes to the soldier, gets the pick off. I think the enemy Mercy is probably going to res this, but still a lot of good pressure there. He trades a recall for a res. You're going to go for the... And so you can see here, like, look at how quick his movement is with the Tracer. This is really, really, like, nice to watch. So he's pressuring the Zarya. Notice how he's using this cover here to avoid this Ana. And he also knows that Ana has no sleep, so he's not worried about a sleep coming through here from the Ana. Maybe a couple seconds left on the sleep from Ana. 5 seconds left on the sleep. He sees the Ana. Blinks behind the Ana. Ana's going to turn around. He blinks. Blinks again because he sees the Ana's looking at him. And decides to disengage now because he has no recall. But creating a lot of pressure there on the Ana. And this is a domino effect, right? When you're playing Overwatch, you have domino effects on whatever your actions are. You can have domino effects on the rest of the enemy team. So he's pressuring the Ana. The Ana then has to turn around. Maybe during that time when the Ana's turning around, his teammates are taking critical damage and his teammates are getting picked off. Just putting pressure there on the Ana is enough to create space. Goes for the stick onto the soldier. The soldier just manages to jump above. And they get the cap. Good pressure here towards the end. He does a lot there. Even though he doesn't get any kills, he does a lot and creates a lot of space and pressure for his team. In the back lines. Alright, any comp switches? We looking the same from Team 1. Yeah, looking similar what we saw towards the end of the round 1. Ana, Mercy, DPS line, Soldier, Tracer, and then obviously the Winston Zarya as well. The side of Team 2, looking the same, Perfect, starting on that Hanzo again, Carpe obviously starting on the Tracer, and again the same Winston Zarya, Ana, Mercy support line. Wonder what position he's going to start with here on the Tracer. Okay, he's just going to start on the roof here. I like this position because it's... I like this position for one reason, because you have good access to their backline. He can drop with Mano and get some pressure here, and then he can recall back top if he needs to. And it's relatively safe for him up there, so I like this spot from him. My only concern is the enemy Winston jumping up and getting some pressure and zapping him. But his team are just hard holding the high grounds here. Enemy Tracer can't really do much to stop this. Enemy Tracer and Soldier are going to go top. During that... Okay. So enemy Soldier Mercy are going top because they understand that this position from his team is a lot of pressure for him to deal with, for them to deal with. So they're trying to actively get in a position where they can stop Carpe, Mano, and Super Itch from being on top. Now let's go back to what Carpe is doing. He sees them in the rotation, so he knows they're rotating. So this is where Mano decides to drop because they see that the rest of their team are not in position to help. They're making use of the fact that these people are out of the fight for a couple of seconds and they're engaging, which is really, really intelligent. Maybe Mano's making this, maybe Carpe's calling this, I'm not sure. Good damage onto the Zarya. Doesn't drop yet. He sees the Zarya starting to get out of position. He blinks behind. Carpe is always obviously really, really good tracking and damage. Goes for the melee. Enemy Ana doing a really good job of making sure the Zarya stays alive, and so he has to recall back as to keep the high ground control. Does have no recall now, so he needs to play somewhat defensively, and we see him playing defensively. Seems like he's now... I think he was trying to communicate with... Manu there to try and set up a dive. Has the advantage here in the 1v1 versus Tracer. Forces the Tracer away. And he's going to take the 1v1. Make sure he's checking the corner there. He doesn't want to get one clipped. Enemy Tracer's playing this well. And he decides to get away. Ooh, enemy tracer read him, but really, really interesting to see like how the 1v1 plays out here between these two. But a lot of mind games involved. Enemy Tracer does manage to get past him, but he's not concerned. He's going for his key targets, which is going to be this Ana. Now let's watch and see if Mano's in position to follow up on this. It looks like Mano's getting in position. We're going to see the collapse here from Mano and Carpe. Mano goes in. Carpe's there, ready. Carpe's behind. Really, really nice execution there, actually. Super, super. Good stuff. Good stuff. So, super clean execution. Mano goes in with a nano. Carpe's there behind in the correct position. Carpe flanks behind because this is the best position for him to come from. He does not want to come from the front because this is where potentially he's going to get shot. He's going to get slept. So he is coming from behind like he should be. Double blinks past the soldier. Gets good damage during the reload. You see how he's hiding behind his cover. He doesn't need to be staying out in the open while he's reloading. He's getting behind cover during the reload. Goes for the blink. And Mano there is to smush the soldier into the ground. Really, really nice execution there from both Manu and Carpe. It's just putting the Winston in his place. Waiting here for the enemy tracer. He knows the enemy tracer wants to take this position. He might be winning this 1v1. Okay, he decides to back off. Keeping the enemy tracer busy. I wonder if he's going to go for the pulse. He doesn't go for the pulse because Winston is already quite low and antied. Goes in with Manu. Mano. If he's going to go for the stick. He's going for the stick. Oh, just barely misses the soldier. Blinks to the side, blinks through the Zarya, blinks again, tries to get that stick, just barely misses the soldier there. But I think they're going to push this further. Maybe not. Gets taken. Yeah, I think they're still going to push this. They want to clean up here. Yeah, they want to finish him off. They get the soldier, and Zarya's not going to keep that energy. Enemy soldier switched onto the Hanzo now. Goes to the one clip. Enemy tracer's already ready for it. He hears the enemy tracer's coming top left, so he knows this tracer's going to be coming up soon. But I think he's more concerned about going for a dive on this Mercy. Mercy goes for the Valk. Wonder what he's going to do now. He's going to go for the Hanzo. Not really a whole lot you can do when the Mercy's Valking. It's really, really difficult for it's really, really difficult to kill when the Mercy Valking, because obviously that Mercy has so much health regen, and she sees exactly what's going on with any of her teammates who are getting dove. So he decides to recall away there. Nice shot from the Hanzo. Hanzo gets a pick off. Carpe could have survived this. I think he just needs to invest a blink. But it's unfortunately a little bit too slow with that. Would have liked to have seen like one blink to the side here. He honestly just needs to get away from this position. Because Hanzo knows he's there, so Hanzo's going to go for this play, right? And he can't really do anything to stop this Hanzo from coming up and pressuring. Okay. Oh, he's in deep. Trying to bait the sleep there. Goes to the melee. Gets a nice finisher. Unfortunately, there's a lot of pressure there. He kind of got sucked into this whole fight. Pressuring the hog. Tries to blink onto this top area here so he can pressure the hog from close. Unfortunately, just drops just short of it. And he gets hog ulted into the room. Then he finds the Ana. Waiting for the Zarya bubble to cleanse off. Goes for the pressure on the Ana. Gets good damage on the Ana. He's still trying to bait sleep here, I believe. He's trying to bait the sleep first. He doesn't know if Ana has sleep or not yet. So he's just playing defensively and trying to bait it. He blinks to the side. Comes close. Goes for the melee to recall away. Ana's on 1 HP. Gets the kill. Carpe blinks away to try and get back towards his team. But unfortunately, the enemy Tracer's cutting off his escape route. And then the hog comes behind him. So it's really tough for him to get away from this. Just because he had no blinks and no recall. I wonder if his team are going to win off this. I don't think they are. Yeah, I think they're going to get it. They're using Valk. Oh, enemy his Mercy gets slept. Okay, Carpe's back. Can he pop off? Maybe he can. He gets a pick on the hog. Recalls away. Sees the Hanzo's quite low. Gets behind the cover. He wants to kill the Mercy here. The Mercy is his target. Gonna be a tall order for Carpe. Has no recall. Yeah. Nice attempt though. Trying to get the Mercy. Waka's movement really, really good there. Making it difficult for him to follow up on the Mercy. Okay, so his key targets is still going to be the Ana and the Mercy. Let's have a look at who his threats are here on the Tracer. He's got to deal with the Hanzo. He's got to deal with the Hog now. And he's got to deal with the Ana Sleep. So he actually has quite a lot of threats to deal with here on the Tracer. It's going to be tough for him. Enemy Hog trying to bait his... enemy Hog is waiting with the hook. You know, he's not using hook. Good Hogs, they know that if they use hook early, they're just going to get dominated in the 1v1. So the enemy Hog is holding the hook because he knows that he has to hold it and try and outplay. We have the same water bottle. Hydrate gang. Let's go, bro. I actually love my Hydrate bottle. I wish I could get sponsored by Hydrate. I would definitely promote their products. Okay, so Carpe comes right side. I think the reason he's coming right side is basically because this is an easy position for him to get access to this backline, right? He's now just waiting for Mano to get in position to start pressuring here so he can find an opportunity to go in. Enemy Hanzo does come towards him and find his position, so Carpe takes the shot. And now he's kind of been compromised. Nice follow-up from Mano there. Mano gets in position to follow up. And obviously with the Mercy committing inside, Mano comes in behind and gets the isolate. Goes for the blink behind the Hanzo to avoid taking damage. Blinks again. Sees the Mercy. The reason they're going for the Mercy first is because obviously if they're focusing the Hanzo, this Mercy is just going to be full beaming the Hanzo. So they want to take out the Mercy first, providing that support. Nice follow up on the Zarya. And now this is just cleanup time, right? They've killed the Mercy, they've killed the Hanzo, killed the Zarya. I think he got a 5k there actually. Can he get the 6k? Not gonna greed for it, just forcing the Tracer away. And now his team have again position. He's now switching up, he's playing the left side. Left side is also a great position because he can control the enemy Tracer from this spot. And he still has access to go on these supports from the main. Nice blink from Victoria there. It takes a little bit of damage, but he's not phased by this. He's just denying the high ground from this enemy Tracer. Coordinating with Mano. Forces the bubble onto Waka. And he's going for the full kill now. Really, really good peel there from Team 1. They managed to bubble Waka. The Ana's full healing him. And he manages to survive, even with the amount of damage Carpe was putting down there. Looking at blink usage. Let's have a look at the blink usage. Follows up with Manu. Blinks above the Mercy. Double blinks behind, gets in position. Again, really, really good heals from the Ana there. Keeps the Mercy alive. Nice attempt there from Mano and Carpe. And Carpe decides to get away. Gets a recall force. He now hears the enemy has a McCree. Is he going to go for it? Oh, he's dead! Shit. He goes for it. He just barely misses the blink melee. That was so unlucky. That's really unfortunate. He's invested so much he wants something. You know, he wants to take something away from this. So he goes for the kill. Unfortunately, he gets slept. Misses the melee. Could have maybe just reset there, but he does want the kill. He's invested so much time. He wants it, you know? He wants that kill. Is he going to try and stop the res? I think he might. Is he going to go for a stick? No, he's not going to go for it. He's going to, yeah, he's going to play patiently there. I was wondering if he was going to go for like a stick to make the play. But he doesn't. Am I a Mano believer or doubter? I'm a Mano believer. I think Mano's a great player. So this is not what you want as a Tracer player, right? You want to be the one getting in position where you can flank, but the issue here is that he's trying to get in position where he can flank, but this Winston's diving already and forcing him out. It's not really what he wants, and now the McCree's getting shots on him. You know, he's under a lot of pressure. He's going to try and take left side. Oh, shit. He gets Goomba stomped by Winston. Trying to get away. Only way you can get away from this is a recall, but a lot of damage there by the Nano Winston. He has the right idea with taking left side flank. I think maybe trying to take top is a little risky. He maybe just needs to come down bottom left and then start taking the flank. But his idea is he wants to take the flank. Yeah, what's up, Banter Life? How's it going, bro? Okay. I don't expect anything less from Carpe. Alright, GG's. Yeah, Carpe obviously really solid player. I like the synergy here from Mano and Carpe. It's nice to see them duo queuing. I'm looking forward to seeing how they perform in Overwatch League. Obviously, I'm always rooting for Carpe. If you guys did enjoy this video, go ahead, drop that like button. Maybe consider subscribing to my Patreon. You don't have to if you don't want to, but it helps me out a lot. If you enjoyed, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you guys, and I'll see you in the next video.